Hello, my name is Collection Connoisseur. I collect digital thingamabombs in video games. Today I'm playing Monster Train. This time on Monster Train, we'll do the next expert challenge. The next expert challenge is the hero we need, which is the last one in this pass-through. How many do we have left? 1, 2, 3. So the next pass-through, there's only 3 to go. Great. I mean, unless we lose this one. We've got 4 total to go. Now, this has my true form, start with Mark of a Champion and Mark of an Exile, so the champion is better, and Arduous Arcana, spells cost more. One of the 2 things that we could start with is Stygian, which I'm not going to do, so instead we're going to do Melting. Melting Hellhorned is what we're going to do today. And we will definitely not play as Little Fade. We'll play as Rector Flicker, because he's much better with the Mark of a Champion and Mark of an Exile. So, Rector Flicker, and then we've never done this combination, Primary Exiled, which is also good, because I'd rather have Queen's Impling than Torch when spells cost more. So we've got only minions in our starting deck, which is actually maybe good. Alright, let's try it. Now, Molded reforms units. I like that. Vent is an X-cost card, which I don't remember how that works with Arduous Arcana, but I think it works better. I think it works better. And Subsuming Blade is going to be really expensive, so we may or may not play that one much. Going up against Seraph the Temperant, who saps our units. That's not great when we're depending on units so much. Let's start with our champion upgrade. Note that with these 2, we're going to recommend stats the most. Burn Bright. We could have a champion that burns out. We do have 2 molded in the deck, so maybe that's the way to go. Dark Calling is also pretty nice, but let's go Burn Bright. We have 2 molded. That's what we're basing our deck off of right now. Oh, Capricious Reflection? That's nice. Let's take that. Excellent thing to start with. So, enemy units enter with armor 10. How bad is that when my champion is humongous? It's not that bad. We also have things that deal damage to the units. Let's turn that one on. Alright, so we're going to put our champion at the bottom. Subsuming Blade we could play this turn, which is excellent actually. Let's do that. And then do I want to play this drag? I kind of do. Let's play it. It's going to burn out next turn, but at least it's not gumming up our deck. We drew a Molded. It's not the time for Molded. We got some Queen's Implings. Queen's Impling doesn't help us any at the bottom. We're dealing with these things on the next floor. A drag works at the bottom, though it kills this one. So I'm going to put a drag at the bottom. We're going to play a Train Steward at the top, because what else are we doing with Train Stewards? And then we're okay. There's going to be a time when our champion burns out and we don't get the molded card, and that's going to be the worst time. Alright. Let's play the Train Steward at the top and 2 Train Stewards in the center. I think that's kind of the best plan. Nope, we can't do all of that. We could put a drag in the center instead. If we put it at the top, it just burns out. We could put it at the bottom. Let's put it at the bottom, so there's something at the bottom. Alright, now we just need our molded. Oh, we got it. How about that? Perfect. Reform Rector Flicker. And put him at the bottom, and he wins. Huzzah. Great. First one went perfectly fine. Another molded. I mean, do we want another molded? It's kind of nice, but I sort of think we should want this one, the Hallowed Drippings, so that we could apply Burnout to our champion at the right time. Because the champion's not going to beat a boss in 2 hits every time. So I think I'm going to take Hallowed Drippings. The Freestone on it is also quite nice. Hornbreak with Consume, not my favorite with Hornbreak. Tiresome Climb could be good. It could be good. A Molting Imp with Endless is kind of interesting. It only does 5 damage, but it does it to all of them? I don't know if we want an Endless Imp, but I kind of do, because if we get a Sacrifice Imp card, then this is perfect. So I'm going to take an Endless Imp. I didn't get to choose which imp was Endless. Oh, Wickless Baron. I mean, the Shield Stone is not my favorite on it, but Wickless Baron is excellent for what we're doing. The Alpha Fiend is not too bad, actually. The Alpha Fiend with a multi-strike is the best thing that you can have on Alpha Fiend, and it could go on the same floor as the champion. I'm thinking about that one too. I think because we normally don't take this one, I kind of want to, so I'm going to take it. Just because we normally don't take it. That's not necessarily a good plan, but it's a plan. Now, where are we going next? Alright, so I'm thinking Merchant of Steel or Merchant of Magic. The main problem with Merchant of Steel is that we only have one upgrade that makes a lot of sense to do, I think. Whereas a Merchant of Magic, we have more than one that would be sensible. I think I still want to go Merchant of Steel, though. So let's go this way. Let's look in here. Speedstone. I mean, an Alpha Fiend with a Speedstone is fine, but if I'm putting him behind my champion, I actually don't want him to have a Speedstone. So the Speedstone is not my favorite there. I could put a Fury Stone on him, I don't know. Let's see what's in here. Well, I guess we'll peek in the Divine Temple first. Twin Stone and Purge Stone, not the ones I wanted to see immediately. Another Alpha Fiend. Okay, what do these do? So, we could get another Alpha Fiend that has more space and gets even more on strike. Or, we could get a Branded Warrior, and I probably wouldn't like it. Okay, so I think the Alpha Fiend, we could make a Super Alpha Fiend, which I've never considered before, but maybe we should. A Super Alpha Fiend? Sure, let's make a Super Alpha Fiend. I don't know if this is going to go down well, but let's make a Super Alpha Fiend. Sacrifice one Alpha Fiend to the other. And we're sacrificing the one that has the Immortal Stone. So sacrifice this one to this other Alpha Fiend. It's a weird decision, I acknowledge. Twin Stone. Twin Stone could go on a vent. It would make the vent better if it had an Extreme or True Stone in it. And that would be nice. Otherwise, it's kind of strange to put a Twin Stone on it. Purge Stone... Oh right, we have so few spells. Oh right, okay. Well, I'm not going to purge those spells. So, do we want a Twin Stone on a vent? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it because I'm hopeful. And I think I've got to be a little bit hopeful to win this one, so let's be a little bit hopeful. If we re-roll, we probably couldn't afford the thing that I want. A Heartstone we don't really want on the Endless Molting Imp, particularly. We do want it to just die, and we're not going to make a drag a lot better, so I think we're going to leave. And sort of wish we had gone the other way, actually. Oh well. Non-boss enemies get more attack. How bad is that really? I mean, it's kind of bad, especially because I can't put my Super Alpha Fiend on the same floor as my champion. Because they just don't fit anymore. It's kind of bad. But I probably want another unit draft to see the unit draft. No, let's skip it. Let's skip it for safety. We just won one where we took no trials, so I'm more willing to skip things for safety than before. So the Rector Flicker goes here. The Alpha Fiend does not have Quick. So putting it on the second floor would mean it would take a lot of damage, and we couldn't put anything with it. So I'm going to put him at the top floor. He gets much bigger as time goes on, which is nice. Oh, we didn't get what we needed to kill the Collector? That's so sad. We can kill this one. I think we should do that. Let's kill the one that would deal a lot of damage to our Alpha Fiend. And let the other one go up that will just do a little bit to our Alpha Fiend. I want my Endless Imp in this one. If we had it then, we could have killed the Collector. We didn't get the Endless Imp. We also got our Molded, so we're not going to have the Molded at the right time this time for Rector Flicker. I could play something here so that we would kill the Trusted Priest. I kind of want you to strike twice. Oh, you only strike once anyway. Still, I want you to strike. And in that case, I kind of want you to strike the Trusted Priest here too. So we could just play a Queen's Impling just to protect the Train Steward, I guess. Not take damage on the Train Steward. And then be a little bit sad. I guess Molded on a Dreg is still helpful. Not very helpful, granted, but it's still helpful. Because we can put a drag at the bottom to deal some damage to a boss next turn, most likely. Could have played the other drags too. Probably should have. Okay, we did get a vent. We got the Hallowed Drippings too late for our champion as well. How unfortunate. I want to play the vent at the bottom, but I don't care about playing it for more than one. So we're going to play it for two, I guess, because we're going to play the Queen's Impling. Queen's Impling and a Dreg? Kind of wanted to play Subsuming Blade, but I wanted to deal with those two in the back anyway more. Ick. We do not have a good go here. Because without our champion, that one makes it to the top. And we have to draw one of our two Molded cards to get the champion back. That's not great. I don't want to play the Molting Imp because then it would die. And that would mean we have even less chance to get the champion. So the best thing that we can do right now is play Vent. Oh, we're not in a good place. Play Vent, and then play Vent again. Alright. We have to really hope. Actually, our champion doesn't fit at the top either. Oh. Oh, we're in a real pickle, aren't we? I could get this drag back. And then play Hallowed Drippings. Is that the best I have? Oh no. Oh no. We are not doing well. So we've got a Burnout 4 Dreg that dies after it hits a couple times. You can get a couple of hits in. If he's not attacking you back, then you're going to do a lot more damage. So we should put this Dreg in front. Yeah, that's a lot more damage. And that means... Let's see, the Hallowed Drippings on this guy doesn't do anything, because he's dying before the 4 burnout. So I guess we play a Vent. Was that a Vent for 0? No, we hit him for 2. Alright, we're gonna take fire damage on this one. Glad we didn't turn on the trial. 9 damage taken. A Molten Encasement with multi-strike? The Molded with Permafrost is not a bad thing. Would we rather have another Hallowed Drippings so that we could make our champion last really long? I don't know. I don't know which one of those we want the most. I'm going to take the Hallowed Drippings, I think. And then no Sacrifice Imp card. We've got another Imp that has a large stone in it. Okay, we're going to skip these. I really want to sacrifice Imp card so that we can sacrifice our Endless Imp. 20 Pyre health and a duplicate? What would we duplicate? I don't see anything we want to duplicate, so we're going to go this way. What minions do we even have? We have a smattering of odd minions to have. Oh, we could have taken the Molten Encasement and put it on the Endless Imp. Oh, I didn't think about that. I should have thought about that. I should have thought about that. I don't know if I would have done it, but I should have thought about it. Another Twin Stone, a Seek Stone. A Seek Stone? Not what I want. A Twin Stone? Not really what I want. We could put it on this Hallowed Drippings. And then the Engage Pact, we kind of already did the Engage Pact that we most wanted to do. So... let's go to here to see what's here. A Keepstone. Keepstone on a Molded seems nice, but also kind of annoying. Keepstone on a Molded with an Emberstone means that we could play Molded every turn, but it would cost 1 Ember to play it every turn. Power Stone on a Vent is fine. It's also kind of good on Subsuming Blade. But, you know, the thing that you really want on Subsuming Blade is an Emberstone. We could do some stuff here, which I kind of like. Let's go to the Concealed Caverns and figure out what we're doing here. Ooh, Heft the Blacksmith. We have to take the Spike Driver Colony, because we've never mastered this one. Alright, Spike Driver Colony, come into the deck. Now we have to figure out what to do with the Spike Driver Colony. We don't want it to die here, because we want to go to a Merchant of Steel and make it better before we kill any of them. So next time we're going to go to the Merchant of Steel. This time we're going to potentially sacrifice this unit to our Spike Driver Colony. I mean, we could get a Spike Driver Colony that has Demon Fiend stapled to it, or we could get a 3rd Alpha Fiend and sacrifice it again. I don't think I want another Alpha Fiend, so we're going to take the Demon Fiend. And we are going to do the sacrifice here. So, Engage Pact the Spike... No, not the Spike Driver Colony. The Demon Fiend to the Spike Driver Colony to make it so much better. Next, we don't want to have that Spike Driver Colony die in the next battle, so we don't play it unless we know it's not going to die, because we don't want to multiply it until we put Merchant of Steel upgrades on it. Alright, that's a plan. That is a plan that could go somewhere. I think I'm going to do the Molded Emberstone plan as well. So, the Molded Keepstone Emberstone. That's what I'm trying to say. Molded Keepstone Emberstone. Power Stone could go on this vent. I wouldn't mind that. Or it could go on the Subsuming Blade. I wouldn't mind that either. Let's put it on the Subsuming Blade. Okay. We've got something. We've got something going on. We have to survive this battle. And this depends much on our champion, but we can probably make the champion work pretty well for us. Now, champion we're going to put at the bottom so that it can kill things at the beginning. We're going to play the Demon Fiend at the top. Or we could not play the Demon Fiend and we could play 2 Queen's Implings so that the Rector Flicker kills this one. I think I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to play the Alpha Fiend at the top as early as we can. Right? I think so. And then Queen's Impling. Queen's Impling. Alright. Oh, we did get our Molting Imp. We don't play the Spike Driver Colony. Remember that. Don't play that. I want to kill the bottom floor the most with this Molting Imp. And I do want it to die. So we do that here, and we let it die. And then we can kill this one. You are getting 2 strikes off, which is nice. I will let you take 1 damage to get another strike off. So let's play the drag down here so that it dies. It's not going to die this turn, but it's going to die a future turn somewhat soon. Don't like you taking that much damage, but there's not much we can do about it. Because we can't target the constructed explosive, and the Molting Imp doesn't kill it. So there's not much we can do there. I think we play... Do we play Hallowed Drippings? I think the answer is no, because we want to mold our champion soon. And we're guaranteed to get the molded card in time this time. So the Molting Imp goes here. Then we play a Dreg, which is going to just die, but we want the Dregs to just die. And a Train Steward. We could put a Train Steward on the 2nd floor. We really want to get rid of those, honestly. We haven't gotten rid of any Train Stewards yet. I need something to heal my big guy at the top. Some armor or something. So I did get my Subsuming Blade. I really need to play the Molting Imp, though, at the bottom, to prevent all of those from going to the top. So, let's do that. Let's have another Dreg and Train Steward die. So, a Dreg is going to go here and die, a Train Steward is going to go down here and die. And then, I'm really not happy about what's happening at the top. Hopefully we can put something in front up there. Oh, putting in something in front doesn't do anything. Right. You are really, really annoying. Because you have haste and everything. Or not haste, you have sweep and everything. That's really annoying. So, what we're going to do is play Molting Imp down here. We're going to play a Queen's Impling at the top to deal this one some damage, so our Pyre kills it in 3 hits. And then we're going to play a Vent at the bottom to kill this one. Okay. Do we play a Dreg? We play a Dreg. We have to get a Molded next turn. The Moldeds ended up being at the bottom, which was not great. Okay, there is a Molded. We will play the Molded. We get back Rector Flicker. And then we play Rector Flicker and put Hallowed Drippings on it. I guess we could play it behind you and put Hallowed Drippings on you. Okay. We almost are winning. The Molting Imp actually wins. There we go. Molting Imp for the win. Alright, we took more damage that one. I don't like that. Yeah, I really don't like that. Okay, what do we have? Wax and Spike. I mean, it's good for our champion? Let's think about Wickless recruitment. Remove the burnout. If we remove burnout from our champion, that's also good. But I think we prefer to not do that. It also takes the sap away from the boss. I think we'd rather do this, just to add more burnout. And then, we really don't want one of these, right? Because we've already sacrificed twice. We're going to have tons of Spike Driver colonies. We don't want this. Do we want Light of Seraph in this one? I think the answer might be yes. We might just want Herzl's Compound. I think we want Herzl's Compound first. Okay, now we go to the left. The most important thing here is to remove Train Stewards. Remove Train Stewards and beef up our Spike Driver colony. Endless is good? Is it good? I think Endless is not bad. It's just not the thing that I would have chosen. But we go with what we can. Alright, Immortal Stone on the Spike Driver colony. And would we rather have a Heartstone? Heartstone or Strength Stone? I mean, I kind of want a Strength Stone on it now, right? Because it has endless multi-strike? Sure. This is going to be a weird one. Alright. So, Spike Driver Colony, we want to bring you to the end. The champion, Burn Bright, is really nice. Let's do Burn Bright again. We're kind of leaning on that. Extinguish abilities trigger an additional time. You know, it does mean that the Spike Driver Colony, we get more of them faster. It's gotta be good for the future, right? We didn't get anything where we wanted Imp Sickle. So, Wax or Snuffer. Alright, let's go. I have no idea where this one is going. We're gonna play a lot of Spike Driver Colonies this time. That's the plan. I don't think I even played my Demon Fiend. Or what is it called? The one that has multi-strike. Armor Emblem? No. We're taking too much damage for me to put an Armor Emblem on anything. Yeah, the Alpha Fiend, I don't think we'd play that. We could play it at the bottom so that it dies somewhat quickly. We could play this Vent at the bottom to just kill this one, and that would be nice. I am going to play Rector Flicker at the bottom. So we're not going to play you, so we have more spaces to put Spike Driver Colonies if we are able to do so. I don't think I want this vent in the deck, so we're just going to play it to get rid of it. And we have Hallowed Drippings, which we can play on our champion if we want. We need to get Spike Driver colonies. I think we play the Molting Imp here, and we play a Dreg here so that it kills this one, and then we play a Vent here so it kills this one. I guess we also play a Train Steward here, so we get rid of a Train Steward that we don't want. Okay. We need our Spike Driver colonies. Maybe we need to stop playing our Imp so we get our Spike Driver colonies faster. So Wax and Spike is nice. I don't think we play the Imp this turn. Let's have the Imp go so that we can draw more cards into our deck. We're gonna do this, this, and this, and then we're gonna play Wax and Spike. We give them all burnout and more attack. Great. That's actually really nice at the bottom. Now, Spike Driver Colony, we need you. We didn't get you again. You're gonna deal damage to me. We could get back a Train Steward or a Dreg to put at the top to do some damage. And we should probably do that. The Subsuming Blade just doesn't do that much. We'd rather play the Queen's Implings to deal damage. I'm so sad. Alright. We're gonna play Molded, so we get it back as well. And we're gonna play the Train Steward, which has Burnout 1 now. And then Queen's Impling, Train Steward. Now you're only attacking my Pyre once, which is still not great. We need our Spike Driver colony. Also, I kind of think we might not even duplicate it once in this battle, because you guys might kill the boss. Well, here it is. We'll play it here. We kind of hope it dies. We have to play Molded just so that we keep having Molded. I'm gonna play the Train Steward. If we play the Train Steward here, it'll burn out once this turn and then burn out again the following turn, which is good. That means that the Train Steward is no longer there. Okay, that's the plan. Now, I made my bottom too strong. Alright, we're not winning at the bottom. That's good. Because we want this to die. And we can even play a Subsuming Blade, but then we wouldn't get the Molded back to mold my champion. Do we even need to mold the champion, or do Spike Driver colonies alone kill the boss? That's a good question, actually. I think we need the Molded. So we're gonna play Molded, which means we can't play Subsuming Blade, which is very sad. So we play Molded. We get back... I don't know. It doesn't matter. We're not gonna play it. And then we play a Vent to hurt these guys. Alright. So we want the Spike Driver colony to die. The Weights of Contrition are annoying. Weights of Contrition are annoying, but we do want you to die. We can play a Vent. But if we play the Vent to kill those, then we can't play the Molded and guarantee that we have Molded again next turn. And we do need Molded again next turn. So, we play the Molded, we get anything but Rector Flicker, right? I mean, we could get Rector Flicker now and put him at the top. rather than having to play Molded again next turn, but it's going to take away 1 Ember next turn no matter what I do. So let's just take a drag and not play it. Alright, so we click end turn, and then the last turn happens a very particular way. So we could play this again, and that would mean we have 5 of them. Or we could not do it yet so that we get more. I'm going to not do it yet so that we get more. So all we're doing is we're playing Weight of Contrition, Molded, Rector Flicker. Rector Flicker isn't as strong the second time you play him. Interesting, so those don't... Oh no, they happen when you play him the second time too. Oh, okay. Well, quick end turn and win. Alright. Still didn't get as many Spike Driver colonies as I want, but we're going to get a bunch next battle. Devourer of Death. Okay, the Engulfed in Smoke could be absolutely amazing, so I'm going to take it. It could be absolutely amazing. We don't want Imp in the Box, we don't want Rage Serum, we don't want Battering Ram. Alright. Merchant of Steel we don't want to go to as much as we want to remove more cards. So we're going this way. We might take this if it means a good trinket. But let's remove the rest of the Train Stewards. Let's look in here. Units get an extra upgrade slot. Interesting. Resin Block is pretty good. Oh, we couldn't afford this one, even with that. Okay. So, the only ones that we could afford are Collection of Tales, we don't have anything that adds Rage, or Resin Block. Resin Block works really well with endless Spike Driver colonies. Because every time they die, they get stronger. Huh. I'm gonna do that. So, Divine Boons, and then Resin Block. Alright. I think that we're going to start doing really well. The fact that we're on fight 5 and we're going to start doing well is not a good sign. Non-boss enemy units enter with spikes 4. It's kind of bad. Let's not turn it on. I have to be careful because my threat level is so high. Rector Flicker, you go at the bottom. Do I want to play any of these other cards? I guess we play Subsuming Blade to kill you. Make it stronger. We can play the dregs to just have them die. I'm fine with that. Okay, we did get a Spike Driver colony, which will take out the Collector. And we do want it to die over the course of the battle. It will. It will eventually die over the course of the battle. I think we do Wax and Spike right now. And that's it. So, now we have another Spike Driver colony. We're going to put you behind this one. We can play dregs to have them die. I don't mind that. Play a couple dregs to have them die. We can play a molded to get back a dreg that has died and put him in the very back. He doesn't die, so he actually does some damage to you. You heal a lot of that damage, but at least he did some damage to you. Alright, how are the Spike Driver colonies doing? One is going to die this turn. That's good. That's good. We're going to play this one at the top. we're going to continue playing this molded. I think we're going to Hallowed Drippings my champion a bunch. Or we could just let him die normally so that I can play a molded on him later. Kind of like that more. And we're going to make a dreg. We're going to make a couple dregs really big. Do I also want to play the Queen's Impling? We're killing everything at the bottom. Oh, I actually didn't want that to happen. Alright. Well, unfortunate. Do we play a Queen's Impling? It dies. That's good, right? Have the Queen's Impling die? Alright. We got a couple more Spike Driver colonies. Let's see how much more we can get. I don't know if I want tons more, but I do kind of. Alright. You can't go at the bottom, so you're going to go here again. We'll put you in back. I actually don't want to play you. I don't want to play Engulfed in Smoke right now. I want to keep playing Molded. And we're going to just keep playing Dregs. Keep playing Dregs at the bottom. Alright, do nothing else. Have to keep space for my champion. That's important. So you're burning out. If I do the Hallowed Drippings to you this turn, then you don't immediately burn out. You're still dying before you do anything there. I could play the Engulfed in Smoke now, though, which would change that. Let's do that. Let's play a Queen's Impling in front. Actually, I want to play this Molded so that we get it back. Okay, let's play the Molded. We can get back a different Queen's Impling, which is an idea. Let's do that. Get back a different Queen's Impling. We're going to put that in front, and then we're going to play Engulfed in Smoke. Now, we're still dealing no damage, but we're taking away more of your stealth. That was the plan. Okay. Now, I need to have space for my champion, because I think my champion is going to be what wins at the top. So we're going to play Molded. We're not going to play the champion this turn. We don't have to play it this turn. So, get the champion. Oh, I meant to not get the champion, actually. Alright, that was silly. Let's play the champion now. At the top. It's going to go in front. Or behind. You know? It could go behind. And then now we apply the Hallowed Drippings. And then we win next round after getting 4 more Spike Driver colonies in the deck. We have so many Spike Driver colonies. I hope that will be good. I hope that's good. I do forget what the Spike Driver colonies do when you get the upgrade to them. But we have a lot of them to play. The Remnant host would summon a bunch of draft units. Maybe we want another Engulfed in Smoke? Engulfed in Smoke work with the Spike Driver colonies, don't they? Let's get another one. I don't want a big Impish Scholar, do I? What consume cards do I really want to get back? I don't think I really want to get back the consume cards that much. Not enough to play a gigantic imp card that we can't get rid of. Alright, Hef the Blacksmith, give me my gigantic Spike Driver colonies. Upgrade all Spike Driver colonies with more attack. Heck yeah. Alright, let's go. Spike Driver colonies all the way. I do want to do more Merchant of Magic. So let's go this way. Get the money. Peek in the Divine Temple. True Stone, yes. Alright, the True Stone can go on this one. Makes it so much better. We like the Extreme Stone too, but let's do this first. So one of the things I definitely want is the Ember Stone. The Ember Stone on Subsuming Blade makes it a lot more likely that we get to play it. And I do like that it's a piercing thing that can deal a bunch of damage, perhaps. So I do want to play it more often. Freeze Stone. Freeze Stone could go on the other Hallowed Drippings, perhaps. Kind of like that on the other Hallowed Drippings. Let's do that. And then the Ember Stone has to go on Subsuming Blade. Alright. Power Stone could go on Vent, or we could eventually get rid of that Vent or something. I don't know if we really want a Power Stone on it, unless we also put an Extreme Stone on it. How much do we want to do that? Well, let's remove first. So the Dregs are doing a little bit better than the Queen Zimplings. So let's get rid of some Queen Zimplings. Honestly, I don't even know what we're going to do with our big Alpha Fiend unit that we added all that stuff to. Extreme Stone on Event. We do like that. It doesn't have piercing, but I do like it. Extreme Stone. And let's do... Oh, actually, what does Engage Pack with a Spike Driver colony do? Oh, we can't sacrifice the Spike Driver colonies? Oh, never mind. We probably could. We sacrificed something to it already. Okay. Yeah, because if we look in here, the Spike Driver colonies, we've already sacrificed something to them, so they don't have a sacrifice, just like this one doesn't. Okay, well, I would have liked to learn, but I didn't learn at the time that I could have. So, Power Stone in the Vent. Honestly, I would really like a removal, but can't afford it, can we? Okay. We're gonna go this way. Even though the Merchant of Steel doesn't do much, we just really want more removals. So, Spike Driver colony all the way. Endless Spike Driver colonies everywhere. We got an endless Spike Driver colony that we can play at the bottom. And we can play Rector Flicker at the bottom. Let's go. Spike Driver colony. Probably in front of Rector Flicker. We don't really want to play the Alpha Fiend, right? I mean, it's much better in this one because of the Alabaster Guardians. Yeah. I think we are going to play it in this one. So, let's play it up here. Because it gets a lot better in this one. It still just takes up a lot of space, and we don't really have as much space as we want for all of our Spike Driver colonies. Which might just be better to play. So, Spike Driver colonies can go in the center, and that's it. So, Spike Driver colony, go. And then Vent can kill those and deal some damage to the boss. Alright. I think we really need space. Because playing extra Spike Driver colonies is probably much better than playing our Alpha Fiend. Alright. Yeah, we need space. This one could kill one of those. We don't really care about you taking damage because you just come back stronger. So let's play Subsuming Blade here so that gets stronger. You are burning out. We have not drawn our molded there. Don't really mind you burning out because we can play more Spike Driver colonies. Probably. Yeah, the Spike Driver colonies will we'll take things out. So, we got a couple of Spike Driver colonies. Let's play them. We could also play Engulfed in Smoke. Do we want to play that yet? I think the answer is not yet. We don't mind the Spike Driver colonies dying. We also don't care about this drag dying. Let's let the drag die, so it doesn't just stick in my deck. So how good is our top unit anyway? I mean, he's not great. He only has 25 health. He has 80 times 2 attack, but honestly, that's not much more than the Spike Driver colonies, and he takes the space of 2 Spike Driver colonies. Yeah, I think we probably want to remove him from the deck, actually. Weird as that is. We don't want to play something down here, because you harvest... Actually, we could play the Queen's Impling, because then at least you harvest for the same amount that you're getting hit by. And one of them is dying there, so we'll replay him. Okay, Spike Driver colonies, endless Spike Driver colonies, huzzah. Let's play this one because it's stronger than the other one. I'm gonna play the Molded, but I'm gonna get back not my champion yet. I'm thinking about getting back my champion at some point, but we're not gonna get it back yet. We're gonna get back a drag. Yeah, we're gonna get back a drag and play the drag so he dies. And then we have a vent that we can play. We don't play Wax and Spike. Vent there doesn't do much. Let's play the vent here. And we can play another vent here. Which, you know, it does something. We could play it in the center. Sure, play it in the center. And then, you know, I like my Spike Driver colonies. They're very nice. Okay, we don't want to get back the champion yet because we can't put him anywhere. So we play Molded. We don't get back the champion. This one burns out, so we could just play it at the top and let it burn out. Okay. Nothing is gonna die in time for us to play something. In order to play my champion, something has to die. Oh no, that's actually quite bad, isn't it? I need to think this through earlier in the battle, because as much as I can play Molded, I can't get my champion because he doesn't fit. And that's not great. No matter what comes out, they're just going to die immediately, so let's get the Queen's Impling again. I need to plan out my battles more. Hopefully we have a chance to do that. Fortunately, we're going to draw both of those guys again. And that one. But we can play Engulfed in Smoke here, which is nice. Engulfed in Smoke means we're doing a fair amount more damage. It's still not a ton, though. Yeah, what do we do? If we had our Subsuming Blade, we could have killed one of our own guys, maybe? No, even that doesn't do enough damage. So, is there anything in our deck that helped us? The Engulfed in Smoke helped us. The Vents kind of help us. So I think that the best thing that we can do is play Molded and get something that we don't play this turn. And then perhaps play it next turn. So, Molded. If we get you, We only have stealth for a couple of turns. So we actually kind of want to get the Queen Zimpling. So we're going to get the Dreg this time, so we can get the Queen Zimpling next time. Oh no. Are we going to die at the top? Because you have so little health. You have a lot of attack, but you have very little health. So we did get engulfed in smoke, which means we can play Molded. We can get back the Queen's Impling, which only costs 1 space. We can play it, and then we can play Engulfed in Smoke. And we win. Alright. Okay, we need 2 space for our champion. We need to always have 2 space for our champion. Remember that. Always have 2 space for your champion. We don't really want Remnant backed. I don't think we want Formless Child. We could take Hallowed Halls, which would be a weird way to get our champion back. But it would definitely get him back. Let's skip these. Alright, I just need to plan better. And I think I will take Light of Seraph. Oh, we can get even more space? Oh, no. This is a divine artifact. It's not the event. Right. I think we're going to skip these. Okay. Now what? We're going this way, so we can remove more cards. Let's peek in the Divine Temple. We've got a Purge Stone and a Twin Stone. I could take a Purge Stone to remove one of those. The Molded that I don't really use. It's a thought, but I probably won't. Engage Pact, I don't know. I don't think we're going to do another Engage Pact. Merchant of Steel. We could add Quick to the Alpha Fiend, even though we chose not to before. I mostly wanted to have more health, though. Or we could Purge a card. We might just Purge a card. Let's see what the Concealed Caverns has for us. A dog. A dog made of bone. That is another Purge for me. Leave something behind. We will leave behind Queen's Implings. And then we will remove the rest of the Queen's Implings. And then do we play a Speedstone on the Alpha Fiend? It's just not great. If we're gonna beef up that unit, it's not with this. So let's purge a card instead. We're gonna start purging dregs. And I'll wait on another purge. We did get a 4 purges, I think, in this ring, which is pretty significant. We could even purge another by getting this Purge Stone. Huh. If we really want to purge cards, that's definitely a way to do it. Okay, you know what? We're gonna even purge another one with a Purge Stone. The Purge Stone is gonna go on this Molded, because of the things, we want the Molded to be purged. Because we have a Molded that has Perma... What is it called? Keepstone. That's right. Alright, our champion. Our champion gets even bigger. We definitely don't want the Reform 2. So, Burn Bright again. And we want to make sure that we have space for our champion. I don't want to turn that on. Let's not do that. So remember to have space for the champion. Don't play the Alpha Fiend. We could have removed it. May have been a good thing. I want the Spike Driver colony to die because if it dies, then we get another better one back. So we're going to put you here. We're going to play a Rector Flicker here. And we're going to play a Dreg here. Alright. I don't want to play Engulfed in Smoke yet. We don't want to play Alpha Fiend. We could play Alpha Fiend and have it die one of the times. Yeah, we could do that. That's a way to get rid of an Alpha Fiend from the deck, of course. Now, I do really like this vent. The vent is really nice. We could play Molded. Could start the Molded train. Don't see a reason not to. And just remember to leave space. So, Spike Driver Colony... Actually, let's play Molded first, because that might change where we play the Spike Driver Colonies. We're going to play 2 at the top. 2 at the top, 1 in the middle, and then a drag in the middle so that it dies again. Could play the drag at the bottom. We could play the vent at the bottom. The vent at the bottom seems pretty nice. Especially because you have stealth too. Yeah, okay, let's do this. Let's play the vent at the bottom. It's going to kill my Spike Driver Colony. It's sad. But it does kill everything else. Now, Spike Driver Colonies at the top. Let's play a Spike Driver Colony or 2 in the middle. Or in the middle, I meant the bottom. And we want them to die, remember? Because this one is better already. So we want that one to die again. And then we want one of these to die. Okay. We are not killing much at the bottom. That's good to note. Because those 2 are dying a little bit too fast. We could play Engulfed in Smoke to change that. We could. I think I'm not going to. I think I'm just going to play this Molded. And put this drag somewhere. We could put it at the top and have it just die this turn. I like that. Have that die this turn. And then be done. Then we mold our champion back next turn. We kind of know what our hand is next turn for the most part. Alright, well, we do mold our champion back. We know we're going to do that. If we do that in the center, it could take a lot of damage and have this guy continue to attack things. Probably best. So, mold the champion. Put it in the middle and front, so that you don't die so fast. Because we actually don't want you to die so fast. We want to deal with these things that are going up. And then Spike Driver Colonies at the bottom all die? I mean, is that better or worse? Let's play them. Okay, they all die. Every last one of them. I guess a drag in the center works too. Just to take a little bit more or less damage on our champion. So, we're killing things that are going up. We're not killing that one. But we could play a Spike Driver Colony at the top to do so. Which I think I will. And I definitely want to play this Molded. This Molded we get rid of completely. Let's get back this drag back. We could play this drag at the top instead of a Spike Driver Colony. so that we keep space for a champion at the top too. I like that. And then we play this molded. And we can play this drag in the center. And then we need to play a couple of Spike Driver colonies at the bottom. You're not going to die, which is sort of a problem. We want to play the best of the Spike Driver colonies at the bottom. Alright. I think we want to start adding Burnout to you, because since you don't die, we want you to do better. Or we could wait. We could wait until it's even stronger when we reform him after the boss kills him. Let's do that instead. We just need to remain having space at the top. That's important. Space at the top. We got Subsuming Blade and Wax and Spike. Huh. So Subsuming Blade we've got to play, because killing that is really important. Then we're dealing a whole lot more damage at the bottom. A whole lot more. We need to play this molded just so that we could play it again in the future. And we'll take the lesser of the drags, I guess. And not play him. Yeah, not play him. And then we click end turn. Alright, our Spike Driver colonies are strong, but they do die pretty fast if there's not something in front of them. And then we have to play this molded so that we're a win next time. So let's do that. Play this molded so we can win next time. We play you, I guess, here. And then we play the vent because why not? Alright, and next turn we have space at the top to play our guy, and we can play Hallowed Drippings on him twice, and we might even have stealth. We don't have stealth for him. Okay, well, molded, get back Rector Flicker. Rector Flicker wins in one hit. So, we don't need to do anything else. Okay, you know what? That went fine. It didn't go great, though. Another Engulfed in Smoke. This one has Frozen in it. Wicked Blaze would be another way to reform the champion, which we really don't need. Let's take Engulfed in Smoke again. I think we want to draw those more often, even though a one that costs 3 is not great. Yeah, we don't want this. Alright. I had to read through all of them, but I did not want any of them. Okay. We're near the final gauntlet. Let's look at this Merchant of Magic. We have a Stack Stone, which could go on an Engulfed in Smoke that has a Emberstone already. That's probably good. Probably good. A Surge Stone can't go on anything. Emberstone, we could play on the Engulfed in Smoke that has Permafrost. Probably the only thing that I would do. So, let's look at the Merchant of Trinkets. +3 magic power. That affects, I think, 1 card in our deck. No, it affects the vents too. It affects the vents and the Subsuming Blade. That's pretty meaningless. Friendly units gain Extinguish, apply 5 armor to the front friendly unit. It's nice. It is actually nice, because Extinguish effects happen twice. It means that when the Spike Driver colonies die, they make the next one better. So the Mold Braces are something that we could do. And the Stack Stone is something that we could do, if we could also get an Emberstone. Let's remove 2 cards. I mostly want to remove Dregs. I also kind of want to remove the Alpha Fiend, but I'm not going to. I'm going to keep the Alpha Fiend. He might end up doing something. Maybe. We can hope. So, I'm going to take this one first. Stack Stone on one of these, so it applies Stealth 4. Ember Stone on this one, so that it costs less and we can play it. And then we do not have enough money to get mold braces, but we can get money right here. So now we have enough money for mold braces. We can buy it. And then we don't even have enough money to purge another card, which I would have liked to do if my spending wasn't so high. Okay, well, final gauntlet. Let's see how this goes. Sapping my units is kind of annoying when all of my units have multi-strike, basically. Okay, do we want to play the Alpha Fiend so that it eventually dies? Kind of. I do want to play the Molting Imp at the bottom to kill this one. Let's play the Molting Imp at the bottom. Let's play a Rector Flicker at the bottom. And then let's play a Spike Driver Colony at the bottom. And thinking about putting you at the top, but I don't want to. I really don't want to. Let's not do it. I think the Spike Driver Colonies are just better. Alright. Put one of you here. Oh, you've got Damage Shield 3. Well, we're gonna start taking your Damage Shield down. I don't want the Engulfing Smoke yet. Okay, we can kill all of those at the bottom with the vent. And that means I don't have to play my Molting Imp, which I kind of don't want to play. So we won't. We'll play a Spike Driver Colony. And a Spike Driver Colony or two at the top. Let's do that. Remember to keep space for champions. And then Vent at the bottom. Oh, Vent doesn't kill this one. Well, it does, because we get this back and we get to do another 10. Okay. We've taken off the damage shield of Seraph. And we do have guys on every floor that can continue to do things to Seraph. Well, we could play a Spike Driver Colony at the top. We would just have to believe that this one's going to die. I don't really want to do that. Let's play a Molded, even though it does nothing. Let's play a Dreg so that it dies. We can do that at the top. Don't want to play a Spike Driver Colony in the middle, do I? I mean, I kind of do, because you're certainly going to die. So let's do that. Alright. We could play Wax and Spike to apply 4 burnout to you. It's kind of nice since we haven't gotten... Oh no, we have already gotten the thing that brings you back. Never mind. Alright, our champion burned out the first time. Let's mold him back. Mold our champion. He comes back, and he goes in front again. We can play the Vent at the bottom to kill those. Don't want to play Hallow Dripping on the champion yet. We want to play that at the very end. So, we just play Vent. Oh, and you die now. How about that? This one hasn't gotten damaged yet. We know that it's going to get damaged unless we kill everything at the bottom every time. Oh, it died this time. Alright, nice. Subsuming Blade kills this one. Huzzah! And gets stronger. Alright, we do that. Then we play a Molded. Just so that we play Molded enough times. We don't want it to go in the center because we want that one to die. So we're just going to not play the dragon. Leave space for champion. Alright, the top is doing just fine. We have a fair amount of things that stay in our hand all the time, which is nice. We're not going to play the Wax and Spike because we do want you to burn out one more time. So, we play Molded just so that we get it back, and then we do nothing else. How about that? We do nothing else. We could play this Engulfed in Smoke, because the chances of us drawing it again are really small. And applying Stealth at the bottom is kind of useful. Okay, let's play the Engulfed in Smoke at the bottom. Next, we click End Turn. Now, our champion burns out this turn. That's good because we want to bring him back next turn. So we play the Molded so we can bring him back next turn. We play the Multi-Imp so that you don't take any damage. We certainly don't want you to take damage. Especially not that much. That does mean that we'll draw that again, which is annoying. Alright. Click End Turn. Now we are at the end of the battle where we need to really think about what we're doing every single turn. Okay, we play Molded first. Man, this Engulfed in Smoke. Alright, well, oh well. We play Molded first. That brings our champion back. We play this champion, which has Burnout 5. Then we play Engulfed in Smoke to do Stealth 2 to our guys at the bottom. Then we play Event to kill that one. And then if we play Hallowed Drippings, you do not burn out, you just die. Let's play the Hallowed Drippings. Okay, and then next turn we probably easily win with our champion. Well, it's taking a long time, but we are winning this battle. Now, we play Molded, we get our champion back, play the champion, and win. Not bad. Let's see if we can knock this one out. So, the Last Divinity fight. The Last Divinity is going to hit my units every turn, which doesn't seem like a bad thing. It seems like I can more freely play my Spike Driver colonies, right? So, we can even play the Alpha Fiend to do some damage for a little bit, if we wanted to. We got the Molded immediately, which is both good and bad. Honestly. That's both good and bad. Let's do what we normally do at the bottom. So that's going to be the Rector Flicker and 2 of these. It's better than 1 Alpha Fiend. Even a Super Alpha Fiend. Then we want to play the Molded so that we continue to draw it. And then should we play an Alpha Fiend? The thing is, we're going to draw more Spike Driver colonies, so I don't know if we should. If we play it in the center, it dies really fast. No, let's not play it. I don't even want to play the Molting Imp, because I don't want it next turn. Yeah, some of what we put in our deck we don't really want, which is understandable, but It's surprising how much we don't want. Don't really want the Wax and Spike yet. We can play a Spike Driver colony in the center. We will do that. The Subsuming Blade, I want to kill this one, I guess. It'd be also good to kill some of those, but I think we can kill those with just Spike Driver colonies. So let's not worry about those. Oh, right. You die before you get to do anything. Well, that takes away a little bit of my thought of them being dealt with Spike Driver colonies. Oh, I played that here, unfortunately. Alright, Subsuming Blade. Do we kill this one, or do we kill this one? Good question. The fact that all three of those are going up is not great for me. Because I can't guarantee that we kill them. We've got a lot of things that would kill them, but we can't guarantee it. So I think we do kill this one, right here. You still die, which, you know, at least we get you back next turn to put you at the top. And you're stronger. Alright. We have a vent, which is very nice. We have Spike Driver colonies that we can put at the top now. I like that. Let's do that. So I'm going to put you here. Actually, we could put a dreg in front so that we don't have Ember Drain next turn. If we put a drag in front, you get a damage shield, but we... and then we don't kill this back one? Is that what happens? If we put the drag in back, then it still dies, so that works out. Yeah. Okay. we can even put it. We can even put it here so that it helps a little bit and gets more damage on the Last Divinity. All right. There we go. And then we can play Molded. We have to play Molded each time so that we can get our champion back. Vent can kill this at the bottom, and it could kill this one at the bottom. That's useful. Is it better than what's currently happening, though? I don't know that it is. We should probably play the vent here. Just to kill those two. And then the champion's dying, we will reform him. He will be bigger and stronger than before. Ooh, interesting. What does that mean that we do at the bottom? Because we need to take you out. So we play a Molded, get back our champion. Do we play the champion behind this one? Because... Or behind all of them. Because if we put it behind all of them, then it will hit this one for all of its damage. Which seems like the best we can do with it for right now. Okay. I don't like that you're not taking as much damage as I would prefer you to take. And then we can play the Spike Driver colonies. I'm thinking about playing this Engulfed in Smoke in the center, so that these Spike Driver colonies stay around a little bit. They're both the basic ones. Yeah, we need to take this one out, and the fact that we need to take that one out means I want to play this Engulfed. Okay, now we're doing better at taking that one out. Okay, we know that we don't do a whole lot of damage fast. We do a lot of damage, but we don't do it fast. We're going to play the Weight of Contrition. We've got to play the molded to reform a unit. So far, everything is dying at the top too fast. Right. So we're taking a fair amount of damage at the top. And the only thing I can do is play a Spike Driver colony so that we do you enough damage so that our Pyre kills you quickly. Alright. No, I don't like what just happened there. Let's play another Spike Driver colony. I kind of like playing them in front here because then they die and we can bring them back. No, let's play it behind. And then we don't have enough space for another Spike Driver colony. We do have space for this drag, which means it would die, and that does nothing, right? Yeah, it dying is not a problem. Let's have it die. That means that when we play our molded card, we can actually get something back. Alright, I don't like that you hurt my Pyre so much, but we got past Chains Decided, which was kind of nice. The Vengeful Shard I don't see the point in playing, unless we just have Ember at the end of the turn. So we play a Molded, let's play that here. Play a Molded, we get our drag back. We will play that drag again. There's a couple places we can play it. I think that we should play the Spike Driver colony at the bottom that is the best. The best Spike Driver colony at the bottom. And then we have to deal with you somehow, but we'll get there. For now, if we play this drag here, it will die, and then this one still dies, but this one doesn't take 10 damage. I think that's how it goes. Okay. That's how it goes. Oh, this one doesn't die. How about that? And now, I guess we play the Vengeful Shard, because there's no other thing that we really want to play. I will play this drag, though. Let's have it die. Oh, we could play both of these. Let's play both of those up here. And not have the drag die. Just have more Spike Driver colonies dealing damage at the top. Waves remaining 4. We have to be careful because we need to have space for our champion. Although we don't need space on every floor because at the very end, the boss is on all the floors at the same time. I think we play a vent in the center. Ooh, we're doing a lot of damage at the bottom. I like to see that. We have to play the Molded. Let's play the Molded. That gives us a drag that we could play in the center. That's the only place we could fit it. We'll fit it there. And then we play a vent in the center. Vent in the center. Oh, it just takes away the spell shield. That sucks. I mean, we kind of want that other vent then. Oh no, it only takes away the spell shield. Because it doesn't have a True Stone in it. Is it better to play that at the bottom then? It kills this? Oh no. We might have to play the Engulfed in Smoke at the top next turn. I'm very sad about that. We are going to play the vent here, because if we draw another vent, then I think we'll be okay. I don't know that we're going to draw another vent, because we're going to draw 3 things that are endless for holdover. We could put our champion at the top. It would do something, but it's not going to do a whole lot. We did not get the vent, so I think we're going to have to play an Engulfed in Smoke at the top. We do have to play Molded on Rector Flicker. And I think we still need to put Rector Flicker at the bottom. This is the time that wherever we put him, he's going to stay, right? Man, I wish we could play this Engulfed in Smoke on the correct turn. And we just don't get to do that, I think. So you're going to go at the bottom, because I think that's the best place for you to be. We're going to put Spike Driver colonies in the center, the best ones. Here are the two best Spike Driver colonies. And then I think we have to play Engulfed in Smoke at the top. And we still take damage on our Pyre. Although we can play this one too. Actually maybe we don't. Because we play this one, and then we play Engulfed in Smoke. Alright, we take them all out. We are getting Ember Drain kind of consistently, which I do not like. Okay, waves remaining 1. We don't have to play the Vengeful Shard. Don't worry about that. Playing Molded doesn't do anything anymore because our champion is just right there, right now. So we probably play a good Spike Driver colony in the center. Good Spike Driver colony in the center. We don't play Engulfed in Smoke. I think we play a Hallowed Drippings and maybe a Subsuming Blade on one of those. I don't know how this is going to go. We're very close. We're very close to the end, but I don't know how it's going to go. I think we don't play the Subsuming Blade. And if we don't play the Subsuming Blade, what we're doing is we're playing this Spike Driver colony at the top, and then we're going to have Ember Drain again next turn, which means we've got to play the Engulfed in Smoke this turn, or the Hallowed Drippings. And we should play the Hallowed Drippings. So, Hallowed Drippings, apply Burnout, apply Burnout. What if we play a Multigan? I don't know what that does. It dies. It means that we don't draw as many of these. What's good next turn, though? The Vent and the Wax and Spike? I don't know. I will not play the Multigan. We could play the Molded to get back you, because you do actually some damage. And we could put you in the center. Okay, you know what? We will play this. Not so nice to have played it there, but you got Burnout 6, and you do some damage. So the Last Divinity is taking a little bit of damage. Next, Engulfed in Smoke we have to play next turn. It's probably the only thing that we're going to play next turn. Well, and a Spike Driver colony. Alright, Relentless phase. We're already winning? Huzzah! We can play the 2 Weights of Contrition then. Alright. We won with Spike Driver Colony deck. Alright. Click end turn. Win. Alright, the middle floor actually takes those guys out. And then the bottom floor, we didn't even need stealth. I'm actually surprised by that. There goes our champion. And we win. Okay, we beat another expert challenge. This was my first try on this one, so that feels great. First try in the second pass through. I guess we tried it once before a long time ago. And we mastered a card that requires a specific event. That's very nice, because that's one of the harder cards to master at this point. Spike Driver Colony mastered. Yes. No records, though. Why no records? I want more records. So we played as the Melting Hellhorned, right? Just then? And we did not see the 2 Hellhorned cards that we have not mastered. So we didn't get to take them. Okay. Well. There it is. Another win. Another win feels really good. We're stepping closer to my goals. And that includes mastering all the cards. Divinity mastering all the cards. Great. This run was my 25th Max Covenant win. 5 more clan combinations to go. And I won my 22nd Expert Challenge, leaving only 3 remaining. On the right, I'm showing card masteries now. I mastered 1 more this run, leaving the 7 cards shown here as the last ones to Divinity Master. I consider the Cavern Event cards to be the hardest of those to find. On the left, I'm featuring 2 cards that both reached my 10 battle threshold. Spike Driver Colony was the card I mastered this run, and the run heavily utilized it. I had 11 of them in my final deck, and all had Endless, which is patently ridiculous, I know. Wax and Spike was successfully used with my Burnout champion. I have struggled to find good runs to take this card, and I'm glad this was one of them. For artifacts, I didn't have many that did a whole lot this run. Resin Block made my minions stronger after they died, but honestly not enough died and were replayed to make this one great. Wax or Snuffer did almost nothing at the end, but it was responsible in part for my utterly ridiculous number of Spike Driver colonies. It was a temporary use case, but it turned out well. Check out my tracking sheet, link in the video description. New episodes every Saturday, and thanks for watching.